Jack and I wanted to share a strategy to easily transition to the big money and high ticket side of coaching, consulting, and advisory services. And here's the scary or the interesting part about this, is probably the better way to frame it, is you can solve the exact same problem for two completely different people, and the perceived ROI and the amount one person's going to pay you is going to be vastly different from a person at a lower end of the scale. So for example, if you save a CEO or a business owner worth $100 million from getting a divorce, how much is that worth to them if they have to split that net worth down the middle and pay out versus the average person that's working in a $60,000 a year salary? So the savings into that $100 million CEO, we're talking tens of millions of dollars. So pretty valuable ROI, exact same result, saving the marriage. If you're a business coach and you help a specific industry or niche, which you should be doing, and you work with a startup and you teach them a marketing strategy, it might only add a few hundred or a few $1,000s to their business over the next 12 months. Whereas if you do that again to a company that's doing 8 figures, how much extra revenue does that equate to a business that's already set up and established and has the scale and resources to put that on steroids? Again, vastly different amounts, and the exact same problem is being solved. And guess what? At the lower end of the scale, you're probably going to have to work a lot harder and do a lot more work with that person to solve their problem, because they don't value time as much as the person at the top end of the scale. So effectively, by going to the right who, you're going to cut service delivery down probably 4 or 5 times, maybe even more than that, deliver much bigger ROI for the clients, which means that they're going to pay you a lot more for that outcome, even though we're delivering the exact same result. So the key is getting to the right who, and you need to get more specific and go, okay, if I solve this problem, who's going to get the highest ROI from this? And then start your messaging, your marketing, everything you're putting out, catering to this particular audience. By making this one shift alone, it's going to drastically enhance how much you can charge for your advisory services, even though, like I said, you're solving the exact same problem, but two different people at two very different stages of life. If you found this helpful, or if you're not quite sure what that who looks like, Jack and I are going to take a couple of calls over the next fortnight or so. And if you want help dialing in that niche and getting crystal clear on who that person is that's going to pay you the big ticket money for the results that you deliver, I suggest that you put your hand up and organise that opportunity. I think Jack's got some availability over the next 7 days, and we can have that conversation, and this will completely transform and change your advisory business in the next 3 to 6 months, guaranteed.